July 1st, 98 degrees, 70% humidity. Here we are. What would be more appropriate than a properly revolutionary themed book, in this case, The Patriot Witch by C.C. Finley. This is a bit of a unique piece because you can't really find it anymore. I first heard about it, over a decade ago. I want to say it came out in 2011. The whole trilogy came out in pretty quick succession. I've never read anything else by C.C. Finley. A quick Goodreads search shows that he's either been a writer for or an editor of some kind of sci-fi magazine. He's been nominated for a lot of big awards, so he's been around for a while. But I grabbed this series back in the olden times. I read the first book. I didn't care for it. I gave it 2 stars. I never read the others. Now, you can't find the Kindle books on Amazon. You can only buy the paperbacks secondhand. So what used to be $6 or $7 is now $11. And there was even at one point an audio book of the first novel on Audible, and it is no longer available. So not sure what happened there. I think like in most cases where like a book expires contract-wise, like the publisher doesn't just pull it. I'm not sure what happened here. Nevertheless, I have the digital copies in my library, and because I am a Speechify connoisseur, climate protester right there, I plugged it in and listened to it today, and I figured, well, why don't I just blitz this trilogy this week ahead of Independence Day, and here we are. So, what is the premise? What is the conceit? Well, we got a main character named Proctor Brown. The year is 1775. He's about 20 years old. He's a minuteman in the American colonial militia, and he's about to inherit his farm from his terminally ill father. He's got plans to expand it. He's got designs on a lovely young lass, and he's meeting with her father to make his intentions known. But the father, who is a loyalist and a wealthy man, doesn't approve of the match because of class distinctions and breeding and such. And there's also some tension over the fact that Proctor is a militiaman, and the militia and the Sons of Liberty and other such groups are kind of muddling together, and he wants to know where Proctor's loyalties lie. As luck would have it, Proctor finds himself summoned up by the militia shortly after this meeting to head off to Lexington and Concord, where he crosses paths with a Royal Marine named John Pitcairn, who he's got some magic about him. He's got a protective charm that he uses to throw his weight around and make himself impervious on the battlefield. Here's the problem. Proctor Brown is secretly a witch. He is descended from the Salem Proctors, not quite 100 years before this book takes place. He keeps his gift a secret. His mom has it as well. She teaches him how to use it, how to do scrying and such. He's the only one who can tell that this John Pitcairn Marine is charmed. One thing leads to another at Lexington and Concord, and wouldn't you know it, Proctor Brown fires the shot heard round the world. And then we are off to the races. In the ensuing chaos, Proctor finds himself swept up onto a farm where there are other such witches and dissidents and people of diverse religious and national backgrounds. And they are kind of the backbone of the spiritual resistance to the evil forces that have teamed up with the Crown. And they're pushing back against them, but they are few in number. Proctor has to rely on his knowledge of magic to get into Boston and help the militia out. This is an overly simplistic summary of what happens, but at the same time, this book is not overly long, which I enjoy. It concludes with the Battle of Bunker Hill after an evil widow witch shows up to throw down some jiggery-pokery, make some bad juju happen. She even captures and tortures Proctor and uses his blood to cast a spell on the rebel army so that bullets will find them and bayonets will find them and that they won't find the King's men. It's a big, nasty scene. He's able to do some stuff. Chances are you're not going to be able to get your hands on this book unless you go the extra mile and find one of those slightly above print price copies. Nevertheless, I think that it was better on this reading than it was the first time I read it in 2011 or so, when I gave it 2 stars. I'd give it probably 3.5 now. Not quite 4, but it was better than just a middling 3-star effort. The subsequent novels are called A Spell for Revolution and The Demon Redcoat. I will say that I am intrigued to see where the series goes. It may not be as compelling as other red, white, and blue trilogies that play on the American Revolution, hum hum hum, but it's pretty good. Kind of makes me wonder what happened to it. Maybe there were too many idiots giving it 2-star ratings back in 2011. Graham. But anyway, that's what I've got for you on this lovely, scorching July 1st. I'm going to go home and shower this bullcrap day off of me, get some sleep, go back to work, and read the second book tomorrow. Till next time, God bless America. See you out there.